Hello, everyone. Welcome to my stream today. Yeah, let me turn down the music now. So welcome, and as such, right? I should really not be talking as much. I mean, it seems like maybe it's just a little too much. But welcome, and as you can see behind me, that's Chicago. I mean, if you are here, then you can recognize it right away. Although I have to say that, well, in my case too, I'm blocking where the Millennium Park is, right? So actually, if you can see too, on that side over here is actually the bean, right? And or yeah, is that bean? Wait, it is. Yeah, wait, that's not the bean. I'm sorry. What am I looking at? Oh, it is the bean. I'm so sorry. And that's the ice rink. So anyway, I don't actually live right in the city, but this happens to be a picture that I took when I was in the city hosting a meetup, an AI camp meetup. If you are near any major city and if you have been interested in AI, maybe if you're also following any of the, you know, the the meetup scene, right? Then you probably have come across this AI camp. I mean, they're pretty amazing. I think they have formed allies around the world, and so many local volunteer groups are helping them to host like local meetups. But it's nice. I think the organization is worldwide, so to speak, right? So even now too, I kind of became the chapter leader, or at least a co-leader for the Chicago one. And so if you are in Chicago, if you're visiting Chicago, please look us up. So if you go to aicamp.ai, actually let me do that, right? Let me kind of get busy and let me do this one thing. Let me switch myself so then won't be blocking you. So and let me then bring over the browser. Then we can kind of do a few things, right? Wait a sec. Okay, here we go. Let me go over here. Okay, so while here too, I just wanted to talk about LangChain a little bit too, maybe today, if folks are interested in it. But let's do this one thing first. I thought I mean I'm doing this for the owner, Bill. I'm doing him a favor, but that's okay. He's a good guy. If you go to aicamp.ai, right? So you'll be able to find it. Let me kind of like expand it a little bit so it's not too small. So I think you may be asking, right? I think actually it's a good way to get your AI journey started in a community fashion. But bear in mind too, it isn't going to be like like classroom type, as you know, right? That's meetup, and so. But the nice thing is you meet a lot of people. So if you go to like their community, right? The local chapter. So as you can see, they are in a lot of major cities around the world. So over here, for example, Chicago, you can tell too that it's a local meetup group that helps out. Although I'm not involved with that, so let's go back there. The thing is, though, if you kind of like scroll it down, then you'll be able to find me. And then if you may actually recognize some people, or maybe you have folks in here. And I've been to London. Ben is a great guy. If you're in London, you should join that. And then there are other too. Like actually, if you kind of scroll back up, Jen, he's like a famous guy now and famous advocate. He works for Zillus, company that makes Milvis, this vector database. So great guy too. Very kind of a what you call it, very energetic, high energy person. I really like him too. So very friendly too. So yeah, a true community guy. So anyway, yes, I'm just doing a bit of advertisement for Bill, like I said, for the owner. And otherwise, if you scroll down, yeah, this is my colleague Ron in Chicago, and then myself too over here. So anyway, so yeah, so go over here. Again, like if you kind of go over here, let me actually, you know what? Let me do this one thing. Why don't I do that? Right. Wait, let me do this one thing and share that with you. It's kind of this thing, doesn't work too good. Okay, here we go. All right, then. Here we go. And the AI camp. Yeah, like I said, that's okay. I can do a bit of advertisement for them too. And then, so over here, right? So this is the site AI camp. So yeah, and are you seeing it? And okay, here we go. Yeah, so you can see it now. So yeah, again, these days, as you may know, right, I kind of started working a lot on AI. Actually, specifically generative AI. So that's what the category of AI that ChatGPT kind of belongs to, generative AI. So, but anyway, but it's still AI. It's like part of the whole thing, right? But the thing is, as you know, too, I think what is more uh, to me, right? I think the chat gpt is only one part of it, but actually the most challenging things, if you really want to get into ai, which I'm sure you're aware of, would be getting into some of the models, right? That's the magic. That's kind of like the large language models. That's what make things happen, is figuring things out and doing all sorts of training, right, on and teaching the actual intelligence to bots, so to speak, right? So okay, let me kind of take a look too. Like there's a bunch of like messages. Oh, okay, those are just like news thing. Anyway, so I'm also noticing. I think there's somebody who pinged me. I didn't even realize, but I actually can't ping back. Helen, this person, Marjorie. Helen, Marjorie, K, or something. So if you're online, let me know because I cannot kind of reply back to you for some reason. It says I can't whisper in here. So on Twitch at least. So anyway, so okay, so let's kind of get busy. Like I said, I really shouldn't be talking so much, but sometimes it's fun to talk a little bit, right? So let me hide that. So anyway, so if you are interested in that, so you might ask them, what are we going to do today? So I'm kind of more like thinking that let me share, right? So even now, there are things that are new to me. So I'm actually, learning to figure it out how to use Python. And one of the libraries too, it's just because right now I will be, there will be collaboration between my company DataStax, which we have a vector database, which I talked about in the last show. And in fact, I should share with you again, before I forget, because if folks, I know we have too many things to worry about, but if you go to, actually, let me do this one thing. If you, let me share that link instead, because it's a short link. So over here, right? If you go over here, this is the short link what that you can use to go to our to sign up for the Extra database, which is managed cloud that has actually the database in the cloud that you can use a vector search capabilities. So, okay, so let's go there then. Yeah, okay, so I just copy that over. Yeah. You know what? I think this isn't necessarily going to work, and here's why. Because I have a different profile that I need to be working with. So let me do this one thing. Okay. So and let me do this one thing. I'll bring this one over instead of using that other one. Oops. Again, this is meant to be for just a refresher because if you were here last time, which was like 2 weeks ago, I think, right? Yeah, and so this is how you can do, right? Sign up, and again, let me kind of move this over a little bit so it's not blocking you, but let's put it up there. So please sign up for it. Sign up with Google or sign up with GitHub, right? And like I said, all you need is your first name, last name, and your email. And we don't ask you for um, your credit card, which is nice. And so in my case, I already signed up, so I just need to sign in. Actually, now I think this guy is like blocking. So let me move that around a little, folks. Oops. Not in the right spot. Okay. All right. So here, I've already signed in with my Google or signed up already, so I'm going to use my Google. All right. So, again, over here, as you can see too. Okay, let me kind of put this over here now. So, you can then quickly try out, right? You can actually enable preview. Let's take a look at what it is. So basically, it's essentially kind of a lot of the user interface make it easier for you to use. So I can say I enable preview. Last time, that's why I didn't do that. And um, why is it in here? Create database. Okay, then that's over here. Let's do a vector database. How about that? I think it might give me problems because I already have a vector database. So let's say a new vector. I'm going to do AWS and then do it US East. I bet it's going to tell me, yeah, database limit. So I already have one. So now in your case, if you're brand new, you can create one. Like I said, you can have one that's all free, basically. So try that out. Give that a try. But anyway, so let's not spend our time kind of figuring out this vector database, because I think, while database has its use, in some ways too, these are kind of heavier kind of back end stuff, right? So part of it too is that even my company, they're very interested. I think right now we have like a new group of people that are managing, us, the developer advocates. They are all into doing back front end stuff. So let's kind of spend some time doing front end. So basically, after all, right, let's try to understand how things work, right? I mean, if you're new to this, I think it just may be helpful. It's basically, as you know, right, what ChatGPT is essentially a robot, right? The engine, the magic that happens. And in order, for you to be able to tell the system what you need, you have to actually give it input, which is in the forms of, we call it prompts, right? Prompt is kind of much like when you ask a question, but you have to kind of ask it correctly in order to get what you want, because that's what it goes by. So you have to become quite skillful in terms of asking the right question. So that's why too, right now, right, there are things that are, what we call prompt engineering. There's like new uh, kind of like a job title called prompt engineer. And in fact, prompt engineer would be a position that probably doesn't require much, technical coding skill, because you just need to know how to ask questions. So I'd say, for somebody who is a communications kind of strong person, you can kind of try that out too. So, okay. But anyway, I don't know what, my voice is a little chapped today. So I may not actually do a very long stream, and besides, I couldn't start earlier, so I'm gonna just have a short one. But regardless, let's take a look at what we have, and let me also then hide this guy. Let's go back. So okay, now I'm actually doing advertisement for this company called DeepSet, right? And they have this open source Python library called Haystack. So I wanted to promote more about open source things. So as such, right, as I kind of mentioned about ChatGPT, a lot of the magic, all of the magic, in fact, happens, in the large language models layer, right? Think of it kind of like the magician inside this model, and it's huge, right? So that's why, in the ordinary people, we can't just train our own model. And as you may know too, right, if you work with ChatGPT, essentially there, for machine learning, as you know, we have the phase of called pre-training, right? You have to train the model. How does it do it? It has to basically ingest like a humongous amount of information, right? You have to feed it. Like there are cases in which you can actually find models that are trained on Wikipedia data, on all kinds of stuff. Why don't we kind of take a look too? Now kind of comes to think of it, right? You can go where you can go. A place I like to go to is Hugging Face, right? So Hugging Face. So I'm also like DataStax. We have an account there too. But in any event, so this is one of the things I was kind of looking into, was curious enough, right? You can kind of take a look at all of it. So this is a data set, is Wikipedia. But the thing is, you can also try to find out. And by the way, too, so in order to go to Hugging Face, you can just go to huggingface.co, right? And then you can get to this, and you can sign up for a free account and everything. So that's what I've already done. And as you can tell, too, they provide you with like a nice repository of many models. This is a kind of like a free hosted, I guess, or is it free? It actually may not be free. It's not really free, but it's basically, it's think of it like a collaboration platform, right? And you can help, and you can also train models and contribute to it too. So these are this, right? And Oh yeah, it can host unlimited models, data sets, and spaces, right? And actually, you know what? I'm kind of looking at the wrong thing. Why do I do this one thing? Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. I'm kind of realizing I probably should oops should kind of like switch over on the other side because it doesn't okay, here we go. All right, let me kind of switch because it seems like I'm like looking at the wrong side, right? Okay, here we go. Do this one thing. All right. And then okay, here we go. All right, so I think this is a bit more natural. So I wanted to kind of take a look too into this, and why is it like so funny looking? And oh, because I'm like a little bit kind of not in the right spot. Huh, let me kind of do this one thing. Let me kind of raise myself up a little and do it like this. Okay, am I in the right spot now? Yes, I think I am. So okay, cool. All right, so and as you can see, Hugging Face, right? And think of it like a repository of all of these models that people can contribute to, that you can start utilizing. And you can write client code. Like I said, you can use Haystack or you can use JavaScript. And there's obviously the very famous, it looks like, one of the most popular ones are LangChain or Llama Index. And these are kind of like common libraries, right? So you can kind of then utilize this, the models that are available in here, and it's all free. You can create, host unlimited models, data sets, and spaces, and create unlimited orcs and private repos, all of these things, and the whole community is at your hands. You can use that. So, okay, so let's take a look at the models that they have. And here too, but yet as you can see too, all of these, it tells you like how, or actually these are number of downloads and everything, but most of them I actually have to say is quite big in here. And the one that actually is a little smaller, let's try that. Gen AI uh, 2, I think there's a 2.0. Oh, maybe it's Gen AI 2. Actually, you know what? I think is it called Medium? GPT-2 Medium. That's it. So this one is actually turns out too is a small one, but as such, it is a GPT-2. So a lot of things are actually not working quite right. And in fact, I had a really good laugh. And if you remember my previous, uh, the my pre-holiday, kind of, I was like demonstrating and then using JLlama to kind of connect to this GPT-2 medium. And it's smaller, so it can kind of run locally too, in fact. But it was really funny because I tried running it and then it gives me really funny results. I forgot if I show it to you. Maybe I did. Yeah. Or do you want to take a look at it? We can kind of do a review because I haven't looked at it since, right? So what we can do now is basically, I can show you too, is I'm using JLlama. So, oh, hold on a second. I need to kind of do one thing. Let me kind of do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see. Um, hold on a second, okay, folks. I just got like a message that came in, so let me answer, and then I'll get back to you. And in the meantime, listen to the music. I'll turn it up for you so you can listen to it. Okay. All right, folks. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm back, and I just had to like reply to someone. So, okay, so here I am thinking that it might be helpful is that I can do, hold on a sec, too. Okay, I can do this one thing, which is like I said, I wasn't thinking so much of it, but what I can do is do a llama build, and then we can kind of use llama to run that. Okay, and so let me go over here. Okay, so this was where I got the I ran the llama, right, and I forgot how I did it, and let me see. uh, See, that's the J llama. So if you're interested too, you could do that. And basically, that's right. I think I remember now. You can just do. Is it? You know what? I think maybe over here. Sometimes it helps, right? When. Hold on a sec. Oh, I thought I run it. You know what it is? Oh my gosh, I cannot even remember. I actually run it from my IDE, so I don't need to then worry so much about. Okay, here we go. Here we go. You know what I'll do? I probably should do another stream tomorrow because I have to admit too, I started this late. I wanted to do it sooner, and then I had something else going on. So I took care of that, but didn't realize. And then I had the meeting, and then I also had to take care of something else. Then now it's a little too late. So here we go. You know, you can actually go to JLlama. And again, you know, if you guys are interested, let me see if I could share while I'm talking to. JLlama again is a Llama implementation in Java. It's by our chief architect, Luke. Um, Jake. I'm sorry. Jake Luciano. For some reason, I thought his name was Luke. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Like trying to do things and talk at the same time. So here we go. So this is the JLlama. It's basically GitHub. Jake is his username, and then J, capital J, and then llama. That's the code. So yes. So if you're interested, feel free to clone this, and here's that just how you do it, right? Okay, let me do this one thing. I just have certain things that I. Okay, and now I can do a clean. Okay, so here we go, and then basically I can do a compile. So first, like doing a a Maven clean, and then Maven. Ooh, something. Wait, well, what did I do wrong? The core. What is it? Oh, failed to execute code. Oh, for some reason, target release 21. Okay, well, oh, maybe because I thought I did that and it was okay. Let's do that. Okay. Go to module settings. Yeah, I was using Tamarind 21 and it worked. How did it all of a sudden not work? Okay, well, in that case, maybe I have to do 20. So let's do 20. That's for dependencies. Okay, I think it's with core. So let's see. All right, let's give that a try. I don't know if that would be. Let's compile it again. It still doesn't like it. Invalid target release. Oh wait, building. Line 48, column 30. You know why? It also could be. Did I change something around? So let's take a look. Revision. Oh. What is that? No. Source and target for 21. Somehow it doesn't like it? Oh. That is very weird. But you know what I'll do? Let me try it from here. For some reason, let's do it in here. All right, life cycle. Let's do it from here. Okay, let's validate. And then compile. Maybe because I do need the validate part. Still doesn't like it. Okay, this is fine. Oh, it's not compatible with 21. So that's what it was weird, right? It's telling me the target version, something is wrong, not 21. So let me kind of take a look at this. All right, let me change back. Change back to. Let me change back to 21. Oh, I was using growl, maybe. No, let's do Tamarind 21. I think well, the thing is though, I'm trying to think what it could be. Oh, let's do Tamarind 21. Let's change them all to 21. Okay, let's not use growl. Because with growl, there's something that doesn't quite work yet. And Jake has specifically says that to use 20 or above. So let's see. It's also 21. Tests. Let's also use 21. Okay. This module. Apply it. Okay, here. 21. Let's do that. I think that's all. SDK will be 21. Yes. Annotations. Okay. I think it should be okay now. Is everything's 21? Okay. Okay. Here we go again. Let's clean them up. Let's do a clean. I think the only things I've changed in my IDE is actually I install a Python plugin. I know I'm supposed to be using maybe PyCharm, and that's what JetBrains has, but apparently Python plugin is supposed to provide the same functionality as PyCharm inside my IntelliJ. So maybe something in there that isn't, that I messed up. Oh, it looks like it's probably go through. Okay, awesome. So maybe something got changed. Okay, cool. And I think at this point, what I could do is doing a compile test package, I think. Okay, cool. So it's install. I think it's site. All right. I don't know if there are folks in here watching. I'm kind of late too, but you know what I'm thinking? I think, oh, this doesn't look good. Let me see. You know what? Let me do the README. I think there's, after I build it, that's right. So I could actually then run this too. So I can just basically run the model. So let's go over here. Okay, let's not worry about all the build stuff yet. I think if I run it local, then there's no need for me to actually install it and put it on the site and all those things. I can run it locally. So uh, terminal. But I should be able to say, oops, download, can't type today. So essentially to my model, remember I talked about GPT-2, I already downloaded into here. So from Hugging Face. So that's all I needed. Oops. No valid model of trying to access a restricted. Oh, really? It's not restricted. Models. Did I do it right? Or maybe I'm. Yeah, I'm in here. There we go. Oops. Something else. Wait. Oh, you know what? I don't need to download it. What am I talking about? All I need to do at this point is just run client and then basically surf and then the GPT model medium. Oh shoot! And then I didn't. That's right. So now it says JDK 21 is not there. Yes, it's because of. Let me do this one thing. And can you see? And oh, let me kind of make this a little bigger. It's funny, like how after the holiday, a lot of things I don't remember. I wanted to make this bigger, and it doesn't. Actually, how do I settings? Let me kind of make my appearance. I'm not in presentation mode. UI. Actually, I would need to go. That one is actually the menu toolbar system settings. That would be called terminal, right? Let me see. Terminal. Okay, terminal. I guess there's no way I can actually set the size. No. This one, advanced. Okay, scroll back buffer is 5,000 lines. That should be okay, but character encoding. Let's see. This guy. New UI. Menu. These are just menu. File colors. Data editor. Key map. No. Yeah, well, anyway, I probably shouldn't worry about it now. I did want to make this a little bit bigger, the font size, but it doesn't seem to work. Oh well. Anyway, you guys can see too, kind of if you expand it. So sorry about that. So let me do this one thing. Let's just try to run do this one thing in Java. Okay. I just have to. Ah, that's right. I think this one is app. No. Actually, you know what? This one would be like my Java virtual machine and Xamarin 21. Yes. Um, contents, home. Okay. And then now, let's do the. I think. Okay. Bin. Okay. And then now. Okay. Now this should be good now. So if I say now is 21. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Run. Now let's do that. Okay, cool. See the byte order? This thing, if you guys are familiar with how machines work, right? Little endian is when the least significant bit of the word is actually will start first it will start at the highest order of the byte, right? And let me kind of take a look. You know what? This is kind of interesting. Little endian versus big endian. Okay, here we go. That's what it is. Here we go. Diagram demonstrating big versus little endian. So little endian is when an all kind of integer, right? 132-bit integer. So each byte of it, I should say, or as 4 bytes in memory, right? So basically, if you kind of look into it, that's the least significant, uh, of least significant is the one that goes, that the least is at the lowest address space. That's what it is. So if you look into big endian, I'm sorry, and it's basically the big endian means that the least significant will be at the highest order. Look at the address is a plus 3. If this is like the address of your 4 byte in memory. So I hope that that's clear. I mean, I just thought that might be something that you're interested to know about. So, all right, yeah, and it's a little quiet now. Let me kind of go back to playing some music. How about that? Yeah. All right, here we go. So very good. So now it builds, and let's go over to our where is now? Where did it go? Right. So I built it. So this thing should come up. So let me search for it because I don't know which browser it opens up at for this particular you know for this particular thing. Oh no. Let me see. Where did it go? Right. Okay, not this. So let me go back. So basically, this is what is happening. These are problems. We want to go back to terminal. So here we go. There we go. Of course, yeah. If you just kind of click on it, basically on the log file, so can you see? It's over here, right? It says the chat UI. This is how you can get to it. So this is what it is. So now chat with this. Remember, this is GPT-2. So what does it say? You can just say, um, ask him like stuff like what is today. This might be okay. This is kind of like what is today. As in, how long did it take you? Boeing going through the major steps of building a new 747. That's when I knew I had to go. So how did you end up on the plane? I to This is funny, right? It's not even all I'm asking is what is today. I guess well, maybe in some ways it's okay. It comes back and basically look for some history. But then it's kind of odd, right? It isn't quite see what I mean? It isn't asking something right. It's actually kind of funny. I asked him something and it completely like not correct. So as you can see, right, this basically before ChatGPT that we know of, right? GPT based on ChatGPT or GPT 3.5, GPT 2 is really not very good. It's what we're calling hallucinations. Right, a lot of hallucination in here. Let's ask something like, what will AI become? Something. Let's see what it says. Right. No, AI isn't going to be anything like it is today. And yes, the negative side effects of AI will still be there. There are probably there are probably a million reasons to be cautious about it, but to ignore them is not to not take things seriously. A lot of people I know are in Silicon Valley and they don't care about AI and they don't think it's dangerous. That doesn't mean that they are wrong. It just means they are wrong about a lot of things and they are not taking risks. Bye bye AI. If you want to talk about AI, I'm listening. I know you are just going to tell me one thing and I'll tell you another. While we're on the subject, I've got a question for you. Is AI going to be as big a problem as AI is now? I don't think it is going to be as big. I think that if enough people care about AI, they will find ways to get it into their hands. Let's say, for example, that it were possible to build an AI that could pick a movie from a library of movies back to back. I don't know if this is possible. Well, see, all of these things are a little bit kind of disjointed. I bet if we go to today's, kind of, so let's go to like OpenAI, right? Let's go to ChatGPT, the of today. Try, right? Okay, so I do have an account. Wait, I think. Wait, no. Wait, no. I don't think I signed up with this. Maybe. Which one did I sign up with? Oh, maybe I signed up with my work profile. So hold on. Here we go again. Let me kind of bring my work profile. Ah, there we go. Sure enough. So that's my work profile. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it's okay. Oops. Okay, here we go. Yeah. All right. Let's try it like that, right? What will AI become? Something, right? That's what I asked. See, it's actually much better, right? Right now, I'm using ChatGPT 3.5. I mean, as you can kind of compare, right? What it is now is much better, right? It is make more sense. Evolution of AI is an ongoing process, and its future possibilities span a wide range of potential outcomes. Here are some potential directions and advancements that AI could take: increased automation, blah, 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 all of these things. Yeah, much better, right? Yeah. Anyway, so that's something I thought I'd try it out. Like I said, looking at ChatGPT 2, or not even chat, it was just GPT 2. It really isn't very good, right? So, okay. Anyway, I was gonna say let's take a look into Haystack. I keep saying it and I didn't do it. So let's go back in here. Okay, Haystack, right? So what is Haystack? It's basically, like I said, because we'll be actually data stacks, we're gonna have collaboration. So I like to also help them out, advertise for them a little bit. So basically, it's an open source framework for building production ready LLM applications, retrieval augmented generative pipelines and state-of-the-art search systems. So as such too, as this pipelines, right? Think of it like data that comes in through like water kind of flowing through the pipeline. That's what we're using this term to describe, all of the data. So anyway, the thing is with Haystack is that is an open source framework. So, oops, I think things are a little bit kind of, is it too loud in here? It's kind of like maybe to me it's a little loud. Okay, so Haystack, right? So interestingly, we need to try to understand some things of it. But the thing is too is that there's this particular kind of an initial example that I've actually already put together. So let's kind of take a look too. Now in this case, I actually have it already in my not this not JLlama, but actually I put it into another. Let me see into the IDE. Like I said, I actually installed Python to it, but obviously it's not working too good. It's basically is really not. I basically need to install like PyCharm, right? That's the Python, So f- for that, let me see, where did it go? I thought I had. Hmm, maybe I have it in here. No, okay. Ah, no wonder. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so here's the thing. So this is essentially like it just says like how do you build a retrieval augmented pipeline, right, using Haystack. And also too, wanting to point out is that I'm using the 2.0 version. So basically let's kind of give a bit of an introduction to Haystack a little more too. Even over here is saying that looking for documentation on Haystack 2.0 is in beta right now. So as such, I wanted to kind of go ahead using Haystack 2.0 because I believe very soon when the 2.0 comes out, then the previous versions would, it apparently needs a lot of major, kind of changing around because of how much, the 2.0 release is kind of a big change to it. So I wanted to start using the new thing. So when the new thing comes, the 2.0, then I'll be ready rather than having to do all sorts of translation, right? So okay, so here we go. Like I said, right, this thing is basically building blocks of Haystack. So I think it uses a very kind of modularized type of idea. It's not like things they are all kind of independent, operated independently. So they offers like nodes, right? So each performing different kinds of tasks. And these are often powered by the latest LLMs and transformer models. So code-wise, they are Python classes with methods you can directly call. So for example, to perform question answering with a prompt node, all you need to do is provide it with documents, a prompt template designed for question answering, and a query. So this particular example is, in fact, that's what it is a question and answer type of systems. I know my new manager thinks that is boring. I know, and I agree. Just doing question answering is kind of boring, but it's a bit of a, kind of like a basic thing. So let's kind of step through it today. Maybe, at some point too, I have time. I like to put together and, a useful application that we can kind of take a look. Things like, for example, my company too, we have data solutions architect, and they built like a fashion thing, in which you can give it a picture of some clothing fashion, and it will return you more kind of similar design, and also with where you can get it. So that's kind of nice, right? That kind of stuff. So okay, but for now, let's kind of like step through some basic steps first, right? So let's go back here. So this guy. So as you can see too, Python, right, folks, and over here, let me kind of make it a little bigger. Actually, font. I like to make it maybe 20. Okay, no bigger. Cool. So import OS, and then from Haystack, all of these things. I think essentially you just have to use their pipeline document, and also what is called in-memory document store. So this is where it is, right? Example is going to use something in memory, but our company actually has a database, and so it maps to essentially like specialized like document store. So right now my company is working on an integration so that Haystack can call directly. Basically, you can now, it probably will be importing like Astra document store. Then there are other database too, but I won't mention them here. You can go and find out the answer for yourself. And then also too, they have what is called, Haystack has the concept of components. All of these things, components kind of encapsulate, these are like translate to Python classes that it actually will do different things, kind of task for you. So for example, this retriever, kind of retriever type of components or generators. So, and then you import whatever retriever you need. And this particular case is in memory BM25, that particular model kind of retriever. And then also generator like GPT generator, and then there are also like builder that essentially builds up answer or prompt, all of these things. It looks like pretty standard things. So in here too, you just need to have a prompt template, right? So this is how it works with prompts, right? You building up a template is essentially like a frame in which you can actually plug in all of the variables as you are doing the runtime. So okay, so here we go. So here, as you can see, right, and also too, it does need this particular example needs OpenAI API key. So as such, if you need that, folks, I'm just not going to share mine, but I'll just show you, right? If you need that, you have to go to your Chat GPT. Oh, actually, you know what? I have to go back to my other account. But essentially, too, that's what it is. You have to go there and then go to your account. Once you log in, you go to your account and then search for your API key. So from there, you can then basically set it in the environment. So during runtime here, it's basically fetching that OpenAI API key environment variable. So you need to set that, and then also then you can then set up your answer builder pipeline. The pipeline is basically you can add the component to it, and then essentially too in this particular case, it's just going to be in memory. Also, it will be dynamic. It will be read in, right? So you need to kind of do a document store since it's in memory. Write documents is essentially taking what is coming in, right? And is everything is in here. Is a document that contains content, like this, and then you can then do a rack pipeline draw, and then it draw the results for you, kind of like that. So okay, so let's see, right? So the question in this case is all not very dynamic. In here it's just hard coded. Who lives in Paris? So let's see what happens, right, with this, and then it will print out. So let's take a look and see how this will run. How about that? All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, and okay. All right, so in this case, because I'm not running it inside one of those Jupyter Notebook or Collab, right, which is like they're kind of like like a factory. I call it like factory runtime environment. I want to try it in this particular. Oh, you know what? I'm kind of not looking at the right thing, right? I'm just going to Haystack, and like again, right, is 2.0 reg Python. So you could actually also run it like this. Actually, oh wait, you know why? Because I do need to import. I need to do pip install. Actually, let's kind of take a look at this too. Let's go back to here. That's where I grab it from, right? So this particular thing. So you need to do. Actually, you know what? Mine. This one is actually. Wait. This one is actually I got it from examples. Getting started. There we go. I think this is where. No, actually, this isn't where I got it from. Where did I demo? Maybe it's in introduction here. Oh, you know why? I think it's actually over here. They have what they call like build your first question answer system. So this is where it is. No, wait. Why am I like totally? I actually kind of quickly went through it yesterday, and then now I forgot because I was doing something else. So let me kind of go back to retrieval augmenting. Here we go. Uh, actually, because they have it all over the place. beginner. So these are definitely beginner because I didn't work with it before. So first answering system, I think there we go. This is the one. I think I know now. I think maybe this guy. Ah, paste. Okay. That's one thing is kind of interesting. Like you do, this, and then if your shell goes away, it won't stick, right? Sometimes it's a bit kind of, in some ways is good, but some ways too actually isn't too good. But like say for example for Java, I could set something global and then it would be applicable whenever you log on. You don't need to set it again. So here we go, and here we go, and then I believe then, and then this guy. Ooh, that's still no. You know what I do? I think I know how I got it to work because I just ran it directly on my terminal. So let me get my terminal again. I think I have all of this stuff kind of set up. Okay, and then this one is that. So here we go. Here we go. There we go. See, it's actually the same, but how I run it is basically Python 3. Okay, let me kind of do this. Python 3, and then I kind of run it. And as you can see, right, it's basically these are all static things. So you remember the question is who lives in Paris? And basically it is correct. It basically is able to find Jean lives in Paris. So let's take a look, right? These are the document. We just have a couple of hard coded thing. My name is Jean and I live in Paris, so it finds it. So let's say, who lives in, let's see, what is it? Who lives, so there are three things: Paris, Berlin, and Rome. So let's see if it gets it correctly. Who lives in Rome? Okay, so, okay, here we go. You know why? Because I didn't set my why it didn't work over at my IDE, because I did not set my OpenAI key in there, but I've set it already in here. So wait, oops, I think it's line 39 is incorrect. So, but 39, oh, just a thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Giorgio, yeah, lives in Rome. So that's correct. Okay, so that's pretty cool, right? So as you can see, this is a really quickie, and it doesn't do a lot of things. So in fact, so this is so basic that everything is hard coded if you kind of look into it like that. So my goal is basically when my company's Astra database comes, then there should be something equivalent of maybe a name is called Astra DB document store. And then from there, then there will be APIs that we can actually be working with this, right? There will be adding the component would be something like, your pipeline will have to connect to our to the document store. So the retriever, you add the retriever in here. This one will, I believe, would be something like Astra BM25 retriever, and then it will do its thing. So that's what essentially it is, right? So nothing too fancy, but that's the goal. Maybe the next time, like I said, when Astra is ready with the document store, we'll give that a try with this particular case. In the meantime, yeah, let's also take a look into some other thing now. So far, we've just been looking into, you know, uh, like Python, but let's also take a look really quickly into another platform called Vercel, right? And then, folks, if you're a JavaScript, you probably know. So hold on a second. I think it is still Haystack. Where is it? Rag. Here we go. So if you go over here, right, this is actually using Next.js, and also the platform is Vercel. So let me do this one thing and copy it and share it with you, because basically Vercel has an integration already with Astra database. So you can actually try this out as a Ragbot starter. So the code is already there, but let's kind of give it a try. How about that, right? Okay, so let me also kind of give the link to you. So if you're kind of curious, you wanted to give that a try, right? So let me do this one thing. Uh, let's see. Oops. Wait, didn't work. I think the thing is it scrolled, then I lost. Here we go. Okay, so this is Vercel, like template. So I kind of stick it up here. Maybe you can read okay, or it's actually not very clear. Okay, here we go. So yeah, so you can kind of give that a try over here. And how you can try it, if you go to this page, there's a view demo. So immediately, do you have another chatbot? But the thing is, bear in mind, this is a test, and then test to the data is kind of basically drawn from our Astra database, whatever is stored in there. So you have to ask questions that kind of like related to our company. So let's say something like, what is maybe even say vector database, something, right? Let's do that. What is vector database? Oh, I don't have the answer. That is so funny. Okay, all right. So I think it has to be product specific. What is Astra? DB vector. Still doesn't have it. Oh my gosh, how can it be? Okay, here, try something else. What is the other day I was like vector collection, maybe? Ah, so good. That's what, in fact, I was like wondering the other day. I was like trying to search for a vector collection is a data structure that stores vectors in a database. In the context of Astra database, a vector collection refers to a collection of vectors that are indexed and searchable using vector search algorithms. Each vector in the collection represents a data point, and the collection allows you to perform similarity searches based on the vector's semantic meanings and similarities rather than just specific keyword occurrences. This enables more accurate and intuitive search results, especially in scenarios where the traditional keyword-based search may struggle to capture the semantic relationship between data point, blah, blah, blah. So yes, you can kind of give this a try. Again, this particular URL is up there. So, and I don't know, are there folks kind of watching right now? I think I see a couple people, viewers too, in here. So welcome if you're here. I've been like already like streaming for an hour or so. So folks, if you're interested, right? Also, if you're interested in looking into the the essentially this framework and the code, you can actually look into Next.js, right? Next.js is one of these popular JavaScript. I think folks, if you're already have it, you can kind of take a look, right? And over here, like basically, if you go take a look into, why is it not here? Database. So see, there's Astra database. So this is the one that how we get to. The thing is too is that there's also framework and everything, and there's also documentation that you can kind of take a look at, and it'll teach you how to do it, right? So we won't have time today to kind of go through it, but I do want to kind of go back in here into this, and if you want to take a look at the data, I think I thought there was here we go, repo. So if you click on that, this is the Recbot starter. And if you see that it's actually also using TypeScript to do it too. So, and then you can also take a look to see how, all of these things are being kind of created in here too. So yeah, so this is the one. And I will then, oh, I already have shared it with you, have I? Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So, okay, oh, but the one I share with you is basically the demo page, right? So let me do this one thing. Hold on a second. Wait. Here we go. Maybe I have maximized. It doesn't let me create new ones. It looks like All right. Okay, then I will. Okay, this one is basically the Mistral Vercel Recbot starter. Oh, didn't do it right. Recbot starter app Codebase. Yeah. GitHub repo. All right, so this is the one essentially, right? This is the one. Repo is https github.com datastacks recbot starter. So this is what it is. So I invite you to give that a try. Today I started way too late, so I think it's already too late now. And folks, you probably, if you're in the US, you're already eating dinner, and as such, I'm pretty hungry too. So with that, I think I'll just come to a close now. And like I said today, just a little demonstration using things here and there. JLlama, Hugging Face, what they are, Python framework called Haystack. And now like an example for Cell, Recbot, that's interacting with our DataStax Extra database too. So I hope you find it useful. And don't forget to connect with me. This is my Discord channel. And if you want to, kind of please follow me there. And also follow me here. I'm trying to do a weekly podcast not podcast, Twitch, I'm sorry, here every week. Try to do it like Wednesday or Thursday or both or something, right? I try to do this now. So please feel free to reach out. And I want to thank you again. And let's see. I will, I wish you all happy New Year, and thank you so much again for having joined me. So with that, have a good night. I'll see you next time.